Hi guys, it's Natalie and we're doing a little midnight makeup collection. I wanted to inventory my larger eyeshadow palettes. I am trying to attempt a low buy this year for eyeshadow palettes. I did one last year and I did okay. I kind of did like a last hurrah with my Metropolis palette, which we'll see later. I have been doing a no buy for ColourPop, which I'm going to continue into this year, obviously. This is going to be more about like larger palettes. That means anything over 5 pans, because any palette that's 5 pans or under I keep in this drawer, and it's not really an issue for me. These are some older palettes that I still use occasionally. Actually, I think in 2021 was like trying to use everything at least once, and I did do that with these. Some of them I used more than once actually. This is the KVD Alchemist palette. This was like the first of those like iridescent duochrome shades. These are not nearly as good as like ones from Cleonet or Terra Moons or something, but I do like a little palette. And these are some like classics. ABH Mine Renaissance. I'll always keep this because I took this to Korea with me, so it has some sentimental value, even though it looks pretty good. This is the Urban Decay Naked Heat. This was the last thing from them that I ever felt excited about, and I still really like this color story. I reach for this palette occasionally. This is a Joseph Colors Desi X Katie Vindication palette. This one. I'm sorry, my toes are hurting from kneeling. This one I loved so much. Oh, I love the packaging on this one. This one was like my favorite palette for so long, and I still think it's really good. This was limited edition, but it was out for a while, so I don't know. But I mean, some of these shades are near pan. Like this shimmer here. That looks so close to pan. This one I got suckered into a little bit. This is the Sugar Pill Little Twin Stars palette. I was like, oh my god, Little Twin Stars collab. I love like anything Sanrio, but this color sure just wasn't it. I still actually like this Collab Maker color as a highlighter. I've done that a couple times, and the Star Ribbon color is not bad, but the color store is just like, what's happening there? I don't know. This is infuriating because of the size. It doesn't fit vertically in these drawers, which seems really weird to me. I can't get comfortable if it's not obvious. My toes will be asleep by the end of this video if I keep up this position. I don't know, we'll figure something out. But gorgeous palette. Rest in peace, Toddy. And then this behemoth of a thing is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Bloodlust palette. I actually don't mind the silly packaging because I like the like jewelry box kind of vibe. I just feel like there is some wasted space in the palette, which makes the shape of it a little bit annoying. I don't know, because the pans are squares and the thing's a hexagon. I don't know, but I do really like the mattes in here, and the like sparkly formula, Wet Jewel and Pink Magic are really pretty. So I don't know, I use this for like anytime I do purples or something. This is the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette. This is a favorite of mine. I used this so much last year, and they're like really hard pressed. Like you can't even tell I used it because they're pretty hard pressed. I think that's why some people didn't like this, because it's harder to pick up the color. This is a NARS palette. This is a face and eye palette, the Hot Nights. Eyeshadows, highlighting blush powder, and a bronzing powder. I use this for like subtle looks. I prefer to use this on other people. This is the NARS Ignited palette. I really like this one because of all the different textures. And the one like duochrome shade here. Actually, there's a few duochromes in here. This was really nice. These are my Huda Beauty palettes. This one's the Gemstone Obsessions. I think both of these are discontinued now or something. This one's a palette of like shimmers. I like the like top row here and the purple, but the rest of it kind of didn't excite me that much. But it is like Huda Beauty does have really nice formulas. I prefer the formula in the neon orange palette. These like neon shadows are really good. The pinks stain so bad, but I love the shimmers in here. They're kind of like glittery shimmery formula, which I really like. This is the Kaleidos Club Nebula palette. This is my favorite palette of mine. It's just perfect. This was another one I got last year, but I didn't really talk at all about, the Nabla Genie 2, the Mystic palette. I talked a little bit about this actually. It's kind of like a dupe the vibes for like a Natasha Nona or Pat McGrath sort of thing. But I feel like I just didn't use it as much as I wanted to. I don't know. I like really, it kind of smells good. It's funny. These are my Melt Beetlejuice palettes. These are like my little babies. I use these so much. These pans are really big. Like I didn't realize how huge these palettes are until I put them next to like any other palette, but they're really large. And I love them. I love Beetlejuice, so I like had to. Next we're getting my Pat McGrath palettes. This is the Mothership's Blind Golden options. This was her like Lunar New Year palette. This one has a really pretty color story. This is like a Mothership palette, but like the one half without the quad of like glittery shades. This was my favorite for a while. Bronze Seduction, Mothership 5. I'm always just like so into the way that these look. The quad over here. That pink one was like such a favorite. And I got like a crazy hard pan going on this guy. This one is the Divine Rose 2. It's like the more deep and saturated one. I really like the multichrome in here, but I can't say I've used a ton of other shades in this palette, which is kind of sad. I feel like this is definitely one I need to reach for more in the coming year. I think it's just because the tones are all this kind of like burnt rose colors that I just need like to feel inspired by it there. Yeah, I might want to see if there's any similarities with this and the new Mini Biba palette, because I like was looking at the Mini Biba palette and I really like it. And then this is Utopian Dream. I'm wearing this today. Actually, I was creased like crazy because it's been on for like 12 hours. But I love this one so much. I keep reaching for this one. It's gorgeous. This is my Sydney Grace Quintessence palette. This is my only eyeshadows from Sydney Grace, and I really like them. I was gonna buy some singles from them. I still will eventually. But they just raised their prices because of inflation. Your dollar is worth less. But this palette's really beautiful. I really like this one. And we have some large Natasha Nona palettes. This is the Sunrise palette. I bought this one right at the end of the warm tone craze, so I've not gotten the use out of it that I wanted. I'm trying to like, this is like a scoliosis position, like reds and yellows, which I like never wear basically, but maybe I'll get back into it. This was my end of the year splurge because I didn't renew my Sephora Rouge membership, so I was like, I'm getting 20% off of this, but I still can. This is the Metropolis palette, and I've literally thought about it since it came out, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it, and it's been really nice. And this is gold. Rest in peace, gold. I feel like this was her most iconic palette. It's probably my favorite eyeshadow palette. I just really like it. I don't know. I don't need a caveat to that. I just really like it. We'll do drugstore now, just kind of quickly, or drugstore slash ColourPop. I don't know. Elf. I have both Elf and J Kiss It palettes. J Kiss It just posts Instagram like once a month now. She doesn't even make YouTube videos anymore. I don't know. I kind of got these more for like the collection vibes. I do like them. I specifically like the shimmer in here, Bailey. This was her first collab with Elf, and I guess they were like, oh, this went really well, so they did another. But I really like the highlight in here. This green was my first like green moment And this is the Through My Eyes palette. We're getting into the ColourPop area here, and let me tell you something. I don't know. This is why I'm not buying from ColourPop anymore, because this is their secret, is that they're like, it costs so little, but then you buy like 12 and you don't use them. So what about that? Through My Eyes palette, frankly, I bought because of the packaging. It's my favorite color and I love it. And it's like malachite. The shade in here, Flex, is amazing. I just don't care about the rest of the palette. This is the Give It To Me Straight palette. I haven't used this palette in 4 years since I got it. I don't know. It doesn't look on the eyes like how it looks in the pan. And that just, it looks just like warm tone. This packaging is so messy. I literally only reach for this for the yellow. This one, the Zodiac palette by Kathleen Lights. I got this because I liked Kathleen Lights at the time a lot. I don't know, I watched her videos. And this is not a color story. This is just a bunch of random colors. And more than half of them aren't like accent colors. So why would you have like a palette that is like a companion palette that isn't full of accent colors? This one's actually a favorite, the Robbie Christie At Forest Sight palette. I actually love this one and I use a lot, which I feel like it's hard to tell with some of these because they're kind of hard pressed, so you don't like go through the shade very quickly. But I do love this one. This is the Strawberry Shake 9 pan. At the time I was thinking like a pinks thing, and I'm not anymore. These are my other like plastic 9 pans. I really like these for travel because you can kind of like pick out the pans from each one and like put them in one, so you have like a mirror and everything. I just went traveling and I didn't do that. But I also didn't like bring any colorful shadows, so when I'm like in the mood for colorful shadows and not like I'm going on vacation, that's what I do. Blue Moon, I love this one. The like light blues in here are great. Going Coconuts, this is a great neutral one. That's like true neutral. And took these with me on vacay. They're great. Just My Luck. Greens. Once again, I like these. Like this like quad over here. Blowing Smoke. This is a new one to my collection. I like did like one last ColourPop hurrah at some point in 2021, like halfway through last year, like 6 months ago. Lilac. This is another purple. This purple stains so bad, but it's actually quite nice. This was like an older like 6 pan that ColourPop did called Pretty Much. This was a pretty good 6 pan. I liked the like taupey shade in here. These are 2 of like really good ones that are still available. High Tide. I love these teals. Really pretty. The metallics in here are really good too. These don't wear that great, but it's nice for like a little look or a little accent or something. Probably my favorite ColourPop palette ever. The Star Wars Mandalorian. The Child. This one is the greens that are like swampy, and then it has neutrals. So pretty. My kind of like conceptual rules going forward in 2022 is limiting the palettes to, I think I acquired less than 10 palettes last year. I'm gonna include smaller palettes in that too. We'll just do a different smaller palettes and singles video later. On my current palette wish list, I did this last time, and off that wish list I only bought the Metropolis and the Sydney Grace Quintessence palette. But I have like about 4 purses here that are hitting me, so I'm sorry. My current list is Natasha Denona, Mini Biba, Mini Retro, Fizzy Art, Paris Etoile, their like holiday one that just came out, and the not yet Fully Revealed Glaminatrix Nocturnal palette. I really want to try more indie brands like that. I've already done that last year. I did Cleoned, Terra Moons, JD Glow. Thank you so much for watching. I like to look at little collection videos and stuff, so I hope you do too. See you next time. Subscribe if you want to see the next video. And I'll see you later.